What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video we get to talk about Days Gone again. And I know I've talked about Days Gone quite a bit. Hopefully it's not like, it's happening so much that people are getting deterred. But look, you got to support, I think, the story of this game. Not like literally the actual story, of Deacon, but of like what's happened with this game, okay? I'm honestly amazed, okay? I bought the game day one. I didn't even beat it. I still haven't beaten it even to this day. I do want to go back, and that probably will be the next game that I go fully back into and tackle. But at the same time, what this game has gone through and, obviously the talk of Days Gone 2, it's insane. It hasn't all been a good story, too. Actually, a lot of it has been very negative, but obviously the game released just last week on PC, and it is crushing it. It's doing better than Horizon, which is phenomenal. And I'm not saying like this game is bad. In fact, Horizon is one of my favorite games ever. So if you're asking me which one do you prefer, I prefer Horizon. I really do. If I had a choice, or if they told me like you could only have Days Gone 2 or Horizon 2, which one would you? I would always take Horizon, okay? At the same time, that's not the level, like luckily, that in this lovely burning down world, that's not the world we live in. We could potentially get a Days Gone 2. And that's again where I want to talk about with this video. Now, we know a couple things too with how like the sales of this PC stuff work, and I do want to throw that into this video. But really quickly, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed. If you do like this content, hit the bell icon, hit the like button. All that stuff definitely helps. And also, if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, I do an additional video every single day over there, okay? Podcast Now Plus, links in the description below, or obviously you can just look it up on YouTube. So, well, firstly is that peak concurrent of the game. It actually, now I'm recording this on Monday, it went up over the weekend, and it kept going up. So, like, it didn't start high and then go low. It actually has continued to climb, which is incredible. And I truly believe in a lot of ways the game has gotten way more support over the the past couple of years than it did at launch. Like, and I said that before. I said that before the story that Jason Schreier did even happened. In fact, I think I'll have to find it one day, but I made a video like several weeks before then where I just threw in just as a fun little side thing that like I consistently see people on Twitter saying that they've played it for the first time and how amazing it is. And I just felt like there was such support for this game years later without anything really happening. You know what I mean? And then that story happened, and then obviously now the support has been through the roof even more so. So, does the PC thing do anything? So, like, we've talked about the petition. I've made videos about the petition before, and I love it. I love the fact that there is one. I love how many signatures are on there. But as I've said, petitions are tough. Does companies, does Sony specifically, do they listen to those kind of petitions? I would say they probably pay attention to it, but I don't know if they, and I would honestly say they don't. They don't make their, financial decisions based off of online petitions, okay? But what I have said is that I do think they focus on the money and and I would say the flat-out support of the game. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean talking about it. That's definitely a good side thing to do, but I think what's always the most important with a movie, with a TV show, with a game, with any of these things is to experience them, is if you're actually, because they see all of that. They know the stats. They know how far people are getting. They know if people stop after an hour. They know everything, okay? So playing the game, whether you already own it, whether you're buying it again for some reason, whether you are playing it for the first time, right? They see it all. And that is, and I guess financials are always going to be the most important thing to a company. So as I've said, like weeks ago, the best way of supporting Days Gone to get a Days Gone 2 is replaying the game. Is if you haven't gotten it yet and it was the free game on PlayStation Plus, you get it. If you have the PS5 and you have PS Plus, you have the PS Plus collection, which Days Gone is a part of that. Play it. You know what I mean? Like, those are the ways. And then if you don't have it, buy it. Or if it's if it's on sale or whatever. That's the best way of supporting the game now. I mean, the best way to support the game, I guess in general, was to have bought it that first couple weeks, first month or so. But at where we are now, there's nothing we can do about back then. We have to do stuff now. And now for PC, the only thing I can really go off of, I believe, is Jeff Ross is his name, right? He was one of the main guys of Days Gone. When he was on David Jaffe's show several weeks ago, months ago actually. At this point, David Jaffe did ask him about the PC thing, right? And he said, like, if the PC thing does absolutely, like, bananas, like, would that do something? And the general answer was, like, it may, but the idea is Sony may look at it more, or at least they have in the past, at their PC thing. They look at it as, like, an overall thing, not game by game. So when they see Horizon doing good, when they see Days Gone doing good, they look at it more as, oh, this is a good thing financially for us to put our old games on PC, and they sell well and they do well and we make more money. You know what I mean? That's how they don't look at it as, oh, now we can greenlight Days Gone 2. And I think almost that was word for word what Jeff Ross said. Now he's just one. Now he worked there. He was one of the two heads of Ben's studio, but could he be wrong? Is that an assumption? Now he's not even there anymore. He's been gone for several years. So could that have changed? Absolutely. Okay, I just want to make sure, kind of all the boxes are checked at this point, right? I would say, yes, that probably is true where they look at it as an overall strategy. But, I mean, if the game does better than all the other games, you know what I mean? Like, if it does, 5 times Death Stranding, if it beats Horizon, which, again, it's doing better than Horizon, which is incredible. Now, it's newer than Horizon. I don't know if that has anything to do with it in terms of, Horizon obviously came out 2017. Days Gone came out in 2019, which it feels like, by the way, so much longer than Days Gone came out. I remember playing it, and it feels like it was, like 2018. Stepping away from it, or taking a step back from it just for a second, it is incredible. Again, it goes back to what I was saying before the Jason Schreier story. I don't even... It's funny because I've covered this game quite a bit. And back when it came out, I covered it. I made 10 plus videos, from the day it released afterwards. So I've been a fan, but I've covered it a lot, and I've been very, I would say I've been supportive of it, but I haven't, it's not my favorite game of all time. I'm not I don't even know, I don't even know how to consider it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm a bandwagoner. I'm definitely not that, but I'm also not just somebody who is bowed to this game since day one. There are certainly problems with this game, okay? I do believe many game journalists didn't play this game when they left reviews, but we all know that game journalism sucks and is just the garbage chute of the earth. Gaming journalists get very mad when people, when Sam Witwer, the voice and the motion capture of Deacon, when he took online, remember last week, to call him out, oh my God, I saw so many articles trying to defend gaming journalism where they're like, well, does what he said happen? Sure, but there were definitely issues with Days Gone, and here's why it got the score it got. Yeah, you all didn't play it. Okay, you didn't play it. We all know it. Everybody knows it. It's kind of a thing we just let you get away with almost. You know what I mean? So just shut up, you IGN, and I'm not saying specifically IGN Polygon, but we know there are many game journalists that didn't actually beat this game that reviewed it. Which, by the way, controversial opinion, I actually don't think you need to beat a game to review it, but you need to be very specific you need to be very open with what you did play, which is where gaming journalists just love to not do, right? They like to lie to us all the time. So they like to say they beat the whole game, but then review it based off of their 6 hours of playing it. You know what I mean? And if they just were honest and said, hey, I played the first 10 hours, here's my experience after the first 10 hours, and then in a week from now, I know we're not going to get the review up day one, but I'm going to give you an early impressions, article. And then a week from now, when I do beat the game, then I'll give it a score. Then I'll review it. Why can't they do that? And it's because of clicks, and it's because of all that stuff. And it's also because they're the scum of the earth, okay? And that's just what they don't want to, to say. So, I don't even remember where I came from because I just wanted to bash on gaming journalists. But no, I mean, in all honesty, that's the point, right? The game is not perfect, but I have been defensive of the game just because of those kind of things. But I do understand the game's not perfect. But I do love to see the support. And, it sold well. It didn't sell insanely good, but it sold well. I really want a sequel. I do. And I said that back then. When the game first, and it's not something that's even changed over time. It's not something that's been influenced by my hate for gaming journalism, stuff like that. Literally, when the game came out, I said it's a flawed game. It's a game that I do like, but I don't think it's the greatest. In fact, I don't even think it's a great game. I think it's a good game. And I think they can do so many better things in a sequel so long as they get one. I think this game, the second game, could be incredible. You should take a lot of what you learned and you put it into that. That's what I said back then, and I still believe that right now. And I really hope Sony lets them do it. Doesn't seem like they're going to do it right away. I think their new game is not going to be Days Gone 2, but I really think hopefully Sony is looking at all of this stuff, all these metrics, and saying, shoot, we messed up. After you guys are done with this game, you're going to work on Days Gone, or you're allowed to work on Days Gone 2 after. Truly hope that's what's going to happen, and I have a good feeling about it. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think the PC stuff helps, it being a very, very successful port over there, let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. Again, if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, link is always in the description below, along with all my other stuff. We did just start doing channel memberships and Patreon for another way, basically, of supporting the channel. If you guys are into that, Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff, also in the description, okay? Thank you for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.